Welcome back to Strawberry Ink. I'm your host, Santiago. Today we're making up for my non-true crime episode on Halloween with a double case, two different incidents, two different outcomes, and both leaving deep questions about violence, justice, and survival. On June 17th, 2022, the Greenwood Park Mall in Indiana became the devastating site of an attack. The shooter was 20-year-old Jonathan Douglas Sapirman. He entered the mall armed and opened fire in the food court. Within minutes, three people died. Pedro Pineda, a 56-year-old from Indianapolis, he was at the mall with his wife and died at the scene. Rosa Miriam Rivera de Pineda, 37 years old, Pedro's wife, was rushed to the Eskenazi Hospital, where she later died. Victor Gomez, who was 30 years old, also from Indianapolis, was transported to the St. Francis Hospital, but he too did not survive, dying hours later. All three suffered multiple gunshot wounds. Investigators later discovered disturbing details about Sapirman. On his phone were photos of Adolf Hitler and Nazi propaganda. He had long expressed support for Hitler and Nazi ideology. He was a complete neo-Nazi, coupled with a fascination for mass killings and extreme violence. He left behind a suicide note and had a history of suicidal thoughts going back years. But this attack was stopped before it could claim more lives. Just about 15 seconds after the shooting began, Sapirman was confronted by Elijah Dickin, a 22-year-old legally armed bystander. Elijah went to his car to go get his gun and entered the mall once again to stop this. He fired, striking the shooter multiple times. The shooter collapsed in the food court and was pronounced dead at the scene. Both Sapirman and Pedro Pineda were identified at the Johnson County Coroner's Office through their IDs. They were also confirmed to have died instantly once the bullets hit them. There were also two injured survivors, two girls, a 22-year-old and a 12-year-old, both treated at the Eskenazi Hospital and released within days. As for Eli Dickin, he was never arrested. The Johnson County Prosecutor's Office reviewed the shooting evidence and concluded that he acted lawfully to defend others. There were never any charges, and with that, the investigation was closed. Our second case takes us to Chicago, another case of self-defense. Carlishia Hood, along with her 14-year-old son, went to a restaurant to pick up food. While inside, Hood got into an argument with a 32-year-old named Jeremy Brown. The situation escalated. Surveillance footage captured Brown repeatedly punching Hood. Therefore, Hood screamed and called for her son to get their gun. Her son, who had been waiting in the car, got the gun, came inside the restaurant, and pulled it out, aiming it at Brown. He then shot Brown. Jeremy Brown was pronounced dead at the scene. The Cook County Medical Examiner's Office confirmed his identity through an ID and also determined that he died instantly as the bullet hit him. Both the mom and son fled. They became wanted by police. They surrendered to Chicago's 63rd Street Police Station shortly after, as they recognized themselves on the news as wanted fugitives. Hood was booked into the Cook County Jail. Her son, Vernal, was sent to the Cook County Temporary Juvie Hall. Both were booked on a first-degree murder charge, but the case collapsed almost immediately. After reviewing evidence, the Cook County Prosecutor's Office released an announcement claiming that they would not move forward with the charges. Therefore, Carlishia and her son were released the very next day. Neither saw a courtroom nor went to trial. Two very different cases. One where an armed civilian intervened to end a mass shooting, and another where a mom and son walked free after what began as a routine food pickup that turned deadly. Both remind us how fast ordinary moments can turn tragic, and how the justice system decides when an act is a crime and when it is not. This is Strawberry Ink. I'm Santiago. Thank you for listening, and I'll see you next time. May those affected rest in peace.